Okay, so Ben, what brings you here today?
So basically, me and my mom have been having a lot of fights, and I feel like it's been getting worse lah. She gets very, very angry, increasingly angry every time we fight, and I feel it's really hurting and tearing the family apart. So actually it was just last night lah. Last night was the main reason why I decided to come today. So basically, my mom was working as usual, came home quite late. Then when she came home that time, just nice Rachel wasn't home lah, because Rachel has been going for tuition classes. Because she approached me a few weeks ago saying that, PS early studies very tough lah. She asked me for help. So I decided to sign her up for tuition classes, and then I'll be paying for her in a timing one because I still have my own savings. So when I told my mom that, Rachel's going for tuition now, later I fetch her back around 10 o'clock. Then she got super angry and started scolding me as if I did a disservice to the whole family, that I insulted her or whatever. I don't know lah. She just scolded me so badly, saying, who am I to make decisions? I got no money, you think you're a man, you think you're the boss of the household now, and then of course I got angry lah. But then she just got super angry and just started using all sorts of vulgarities lah. I don't know lah. I can't take it already. That's why I came here looking for help.
That's not the bigger picture that what he's saying right now. He's only looking in his lens as a kid of what's going on. He doesn't see like what is the real situation here and why am I getting angry in the first place. Like as a mom, there's so many things that you have to take in, but then you only see in like what I don't do. And then if he ever see me as a mom, right, he will have informed me what he made the decision for Rachel. I mean, it's such a big decision, and she's taking PSLE this year. It's a new transition for her. And of course, as an adult, I need to be involved. What? And he didn't. It's like he tried to be in control of the family when he's just a kid. He doesn't know the bigger responsibility here.
She's talking all this about being a kid, being an adult, but she herself as an adult is not even being a proper adult right now. She's almost never home. She never talks to me or Rachel.
What do you
she
know
doesn't
about,
give us any attention.
What do you know about being an adult? You're only 17 years old.
Then what do you know about us? You were still talking about, now Rachel got PSLE, very stressed. I've never once seen you talk to her about it. Well, maybe you ask her.
Is it true, Rachel? You think of me like that?
Yeah, kind of.
What do you mean?
Like, you're never there lah. Like, you're always out or in your room, and you don't supervise me.
See, she still want to accuse me. She's the one not playing her proper role. Of course I have to step up. If not me, who else? Rachel's still so young.
Okay, maybe I'll stop you here. Can I have Rachel and Mrs. Chu to swap places? Why? I would like to get y'all to continue arguing, but without involving Rachel into the argument. Yeah. So I think it would be better if Rachel were to sit away from the both of you.
Okay.
So at this point, I would like y'all to continue from where you were arguing before. But this time, don't bring Rachel into the conversation, and y'all can speak directly to each other. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just continue?
Yeah.
Arguing? Like I already told you just now, she likes to speak all those lines, talk to me about being an adult when she herself isn't one. I don't know why, ever since Appa went to prison, she became a completely different person. And she tries to show me all this, like, wow, we must grow up, this is how you be an adult. If I take advice from her, this family gone already.
Do you even see me as a mother? The way you say it, how disrespectful can it be?
She's talking about disrespectful and being respectful when she's the one using vulgarities at me in front of Rachel some more. Every day Rachel hears all this,
Yeah, I'll pause you here. Don't bring Rachel in, and then you can speak directly to your mother. Yeah, so don't speak to me, but speak directly to your mom.
Okay, you don't understand what it means to be a mother. I raised you for 17 years. You're my oldest child. And here you are thinking about what I've not done my part, I didn't do my role. But do you even see my point of view? Do you know what it means to be a mother? Do you know what it means to be an adult? You're only 17 years old, you're not even an adult.
Then I ask you now, do you know what it means to be a mother? The role you're doing now at home, are you really a mother?
Do you even know what a
You're
mother
stuck in
is?
your room all the time, you never give us any pocket money, you never buy food for us. All you do is stay in your room.
You don't understand
You sure
what
you're
I'm
my
going through
mother?
right now.
You're a completely different person from the time last time, You keep on talking about the past, but what matters is now, Now you're always in your room, you don't care about us. I don't even
Look at you.
recognize you
Look at you
anymore.
talking to me like that. You see? Therapist.
What am I supposed to do?
How
She's
you
no longer the
expect me
mother
to
I
behave?
know.
How you expect me to talk to this
She's
child?
a stranger
He's
to
not
me
even
now.
listening to me.
Okay, we stop here. Rachel, is this something that happens frequently at home?
Yeah, especially at night.
Sometimes I see her, she's no longer my mother. She's just some woman who gave birth to me. That's it.
Okay. Rachel, how is your relationship with your mother?
I would say that we have become quite distant now. Last time we used to be closer, but now she's just been in her room all the time or out. So I just don't feel like I know her anymore.
Mrs. Chu, how do you feel hearing this from Rachel?
I mean, I never knew that she felt this way. Like she sees me differently now, and how she felt differently as well.
So this is something that is new, the first time hearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 2 against 1, but I mean, I never knew that she felt this way.
And Rachel, how is your relationship with your brother?
It's honestly much better than my relationship with my mom, cause like my mom wasn't there, but then Koko has been there for me lah. Like when I'm stressed, I can talk to him about it, or when I need help, I can go to him lah. Like so he's been there, and it's honestly been very nice, cause he's quite supportive of me.
Mrs. Chu, so you feel like it's just you against the rest of the world, or in this case, the rest of your family, where it's a 2v1 situation.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to try something out with the both of you, Mrs. Chu and Ben, to see whether the both of you are able to work together as a team. And yeah, so maybe I'll get the both of you to just stand up first.
It's not going to work. You will see later. You're just nothing.
We stand first and we try, okay? And maybe Rachel, you can move this way a bit. Yeah.
Stand and do what?
Okay, and I would like the both of you to back face one another. Yeah. Okay. And today you have been arguing a bit also during the session. And I would like the both of you to continue from where you left off earlier, your argument. But this time, as you all stay back facing each other, so you all don't turn to each other, as you all stay in this position, I would like the both of you to continue your argument, but speak in a calm manner, and speak gently to one another. And when you want to say something, when you want to ask for something, say it in a calm manner. Yeah. So you all can continue.
Can we argue about anything?
Sure.
Yeah, because should we argue about too many things? You will see well, this one will come. I mean, come on and eat.
Eat what?
I order Grab food now dinner time already, then you also in your room, so I just order lor. I order Thai food because maybe
What?
say she want to eat.
Eat Thai food?
Yeah, it's Rachel's favorite food.
Why you order, you never tell me?
I tell you, you also in your room then you knock your door, then you scold me.
But you didn't knock the door today, how do I know?
I knock the door every single day, but then you also always scold me.
Okay, I will pause you here. I can sense that there's some anger rising from the both of you. Let's try that one more time. Speak calmly and use and speak gently to one another.
So I'll just do that again?
Yeah.
But more. Okay, I'll try, I guess. May, what do you want to eat?
What are you gonna get?
I don't know. Rachel has been saying she wants to eat some Thai food and I decided to just thinking of just getting some Grab food So I was wondering if you also want.
Why need to order Grab?
Because you're also in your room, see you just want to be left alone, so I guess you're tired occupied with something lah. So I think tapao food better lah. That's Grab.
How much is Grab?
So far Rachel's portion about $10 plus.
Huh? $10? What's so expensive?
Yeah, it's restaurant mah. Then still got delivery fee for dinner time. Got surcharge lah.
Thai food expensive, right? Then don't eat Thai food lah.
But,
Eat the Chinese local food cannot meh?
but it's Rachel's favourite. Like, it's been a while lah. Me just never eat lor. I also feel like eating lah.
Okay, I don't like Thai food. Don't eat that one, please.
Okay, then what you want?
Local food lah. You know those char-kway-teow only like $3 only what?
Okay, but Rachel still wants lah. So why not I just order one for Rachel?
Do you think that you can afford it first?
Can lah. I've been working part time also. So I also got some money plus my own pocket money from last time. So can lah. I just buy some Thai food for Mei. Then char-kway-teow you want, then I order lor.
Okay, so I observed that the both of you were speaking much more calm manner. So Ben, how did that feel?
Feels very alien to me because ever since Appa went to prison, this has never happened. Yeah, but maybe it's just for now lah, because I don't have to see her face.
Mrs. Chu, how did that feel?
I mean, he didn't raise his voice, that's one thing, which is so random and never happened before.
Okay. And Rachel, as an observer of the interaction between your mom and Ben, how did you feel?
It honestly felt quite weird and very new to me because they've never been like this before. But I actually quite like it lah because, you know, for once they stop arguing, they seem more respectful of each other's opinion. Yeah, I like it lah. It sounds quieter and nicer.
Okay, so maybe I get Mrs. Chu and Ben to go back to your seats. So after observing that, I also observed that, you know, y'all were able to come to almost a compromise, talking about how Ben you were suggesting that you could buy some local food and also some Thai food, since, you know, Rachel likes Thai food, your mom wants to eat some local food. Yeah, so I do see some potential in the both of you being able to work together. And is this something that the both of you would like to work towards in our the rest of our time together?
It doesn't work this way with therapists. Like this, because you ask us to do, then we just follow what. But it doesn't mean that after we come out of this, it will work again.
That's all I ever wanted lah. All I wanted was for my mom to start being who she was and be a mother again.
How about we try this? Maybe for the next, this 1 week from today, for the whole of that 1 week, we will get Ben to take care of everything regarding the house and the family. Okay, so we will have Ben who will have to ensure that he has to do all the household chores, and it also includes taking care of Rachel. So that means that giving her pocket money, ensuring she goes to school, helping her when she needs help with her schoolwork, everything, and also paying the bills, cleaning the house, all that, and ensuring there's food on the table. So these are the things that Ben you will have to do you will do in the coming 1 week. Okay, and then
I don't think that's gonna work.
why do you say so?
Like all these small miscellaneous foods that you just said, right? He totally cannot pull it off one. Yeah, he's the one now making the decision to buy food and everything else, making a decision for Rachel. But then other than that, household things he doesn't know how to do one. It's not gonna work.
Okay, in that case, maybe Mrs. Chu, you can step in and show him how it's done. And the moment that Ben, you see that Ben is unable to do it because he doesn't know how to do it, then you can come in and show him how you do it. And then
if that works, right, if you have listened to me from the very beginning, you wouldn't be here.
You see, I always like that one.
can try it out, and then we will see how it goes. Like I said, the moment that Ben feels, you can come in, and then the show is yours. And furthermore, for after that 1 week of Ben being in charge of everything in the household, we will also the next week, Mrs. Chu, you will be in charge. So in any case, it's not that Ben will be entirely doing everything forever. We will take turns. So Ben will do for 1 week, and then you will do for the following week. Okay?
She's gonna suffer. I tell you first.
We will see. Who's
Okay,
gonna
we will try it out, and then we can you can share with me about your experience the next session.
Okay, sure. Later you see who's the one gonna fill in the meal.
And Rachel, that also means that in the first week you can only turn to your older brother. If you need anything, you only can ask your older brother to help you. And for the second week, you can only go to your mother for help. So you cannot ask your koko to help you in the second week. Can do that?
Sure.
Okay. So are we agreeable on trying this out?
I 青菜 one anything follow is her.
The next time we come, you just don't explain anything. You can try lah.
You can tell me more the next session.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so if y'all remember, 2 weeks ago, I gave you some homework, particularly for Mrs. Chu and for Ben, where the both of you were supposed to take turns to each have 1 week of being in charge of the family and of the household. So maybe I'll ask Ben first. How was it like during that 1 week where you were in charge?
I felt it was okay lah. It felt like what I've been doing all along, just like old times, no? Not old times like last time, but old times when my mom was always in her room and everything also I do. So I felt it felt okay. But after that, as the weeks slowly passed, I ran into some problems lah. Like, for example, Rachel has to go to school, in her uniform, just wash, very crumpled, everything. Then I don't know how to iron. So I try I watch YouTube, I try to iron myself. I try to, you see lah, I really got try, I watch YouTube just to help try because it's my turn to do all the household chores, but I cannot lah. Then she every time trying to come in extra, saying, this how you do it in a very angry tone. Very naggy lah, how you know take
It's
it.
true, he really cannot do it.
Yeah, end up she just took over everything and okay,
I have
swallow.
to. There's one part that he did it wrongly, especially for the laundry, and then he mixed all the clothing, and then one of the shirt for Rachel's, like it's supposed to be a white shirt, then got stain because he never do it properly. So I have to do it already, mah. If not, if I don't do it, I'm gonna vomit blood already.
The thing is, she want to do never mind, but she do it nicely lah. She always scold me though for what? I trying right?
Scolding you makes you learn. Then you will be able to know how it works. That's how it works.
Okay, so Mrs. Chu, I hear that there were some things that Ben wasn't very good at, that he didn't know how to do, and then you stepped in to
I tried.
show him how it's done. Okay, that's really good. I'm very glad to hear that.
Thanks.
Yeah, because I think it shows that you are willing to teach him. I think it takes quite a bit of patience and time to, especially when you're teaching something that is very new to someone like Ben. And I think you did a good job doing that.
Thanks,
Okay. And how was it? When Ben was in charge for 1 whole week. How was it like for you? How do you feel?
I mean, at the start it was okay because he wanted to be the big shot person, right? I want to take out the wardrobe, sure, go ahead. But then when he messed up, that's it already. I just cannot take it. Because like this part, he never done it before.
I cannot take it in school, yeah.
I scold for a good reason. It's to help you to become better.
So like a naggy old woman.
Excuse me?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it does sound like Mrs. Chu, you were more involved in the family. You sound a little like you sound more motivated, to do all these things, to be part of the family, to involve yourself in whatever that is happening at home. Yeah, so I think you did a really wonderful job, and I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to the second week when Mrs. Chu was in charge. How was that like for you, Mrs. Chu?
As in, yeah, I took up more roles lor for everything, especially taking care of Rachel. I think everything else that I'm doing is actually quite okay because I've done it before. It's just that when I'm taking care of Rachel, it's a bit difficult for me lah. Because when I need to teach her math, I'm not good in it. So that's the part
I told you she will fail one. So many things she doesn't know how to do.
You must understand. I mean I've done her chores before, but homework wise, it's new lah for me.
Then now my fault, man. Why you don't want to spend more time with her last time?
That's where
During when she was doing the thing, everything, I see her trying to teach Rachel maths and science. Wow, I cannot take it, you know. Simple maths also don't know.
Is it true, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay.
End up, I cannot take it. I see her also like, wow, alamak, this kind of thing also don't know.
Yeah, apart from that, at least I can do the laundry well, right?
After 2 or 3 years, I just
Watch
gave
the
up. I
video,
just
the laundry
stopped
can't
her.
get it right.
Okay. So, Mrs. Chu, I guess that the struggle that you had was in relation to helping Rachel with schoolwork,
Not just that,
teaching her.
paying bills she also don't know.
I see.
She asked me what is AXS machine. Wow.
That time is your dad was the one who's doing it. How would I know this kind of stuff? You know what? You're the educated one, then you do lah.
See?
So
She wanna fight.
in that. Oh yeah. So Ben, hearing all of your mom sharing the struggles that she had, do you step in at any point of time to help her?
Of course I had to lah. If I don't, who's going to pay the bills? She doesn't even know what the AXS machine is or where it is.
That part I don't know because I'm not educated what.
Nothing to do with education, this is common sense. You also know, right? I think even she knows.
This kind of thing usually your dad handle it. I'm the one who only handle the chores. So that part I don't understand. You help cannot meh?
So Mrs. Cho, from what I hear, it seems like you're really trying your best, and there are still some things that you may not be very good at. But I can see that you are being more involved. You're getting more involved in the family, and you're more a part of this family now because of the effort that you put in. Whether it be trying to teach your son how to do household chores, or even like trying your best to do what you can for this family. So I'm really glad to hear that. I think you're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
So for Rachel, maybe I can hear how has it been like the past 2 weeks for you?
I think it's been better than the previous few weeks before this counseling session. I feel like for Koko, he's been helping me a lot. He helps me a lot with my studies. When I don't know how to do, I just go to him. But there are some things that he also cannot do. So like you heard just now, he's not very good at doing chores. Like he burnt my clothes, my school outfit. But for mom, she is very good at doing these chores, but at the same time, I just don't feel as close to her as I am to him. So and she also can't really help me in my studies, which she can. So I feel like if they can work together, then that would be great. Yeah.
Mrs. Chu, how do you feel hearing this from Rachel?
I mean, she has a point. There are areas that I'm not good in, I admit. Yeah, that's why children, right? They help each other and everything else. And in terms of working together, I mean, it depends. Everyone is workable, don't fight, respect me, and maybe it will.
Okay. And Ben, what do you think about what was said? You agree? Disagree?
As much as I want to work together, I okay one, but the onus is on her. Because every time I try, we just argue and the cycle repeats itself. So it's hard lah. I think it's look at her lah, don't look at me.
Ben, it must be so tiring for you to be in charge all the time, right?
I think ever since Papa went to prison, it's really just me lah. Trying to juggle everything. Trying to jaga the household, look after Rachel, deal with her attitude. It's too much lah, to be honest. Every night I wonder if things can just go back to how they were.
Okay. At this point, I would like all of you to participate in an activity that I'm about to invite you to do. Yeah. So if you can all of you stand up, please, and grab your chair, and then form a triangle in the center. And then I would like each of you to stand in front of your own chair. Thank you. Can I get Ben to stand up on your chair? Be careful, don't worry. Won't let you fall down. Alright. So Ben, does this feel familiar or similar to your family right now?
I think it's familiar in the sense that everyone's looking up to me, especially my sister, because I'm practically like a father figure to her now. But I also feel at the same time a bit stressed because I have both of them staring at me with so much intent. Makes me feel like I have a lot to live up to the point that I haven't had time for myself. So it feels weird, makes me feel anxious about what's to come, because I don't think I possess the capacity to keep this on for much longer. Especially with how, I still got my school commitments. After school I still got NS, and when in NS, Papa will still be in jail. Of course I worry about Rachel. Puberty, 13, 14 years old, there's a lot of things going through in her mind and her body. I also worry about whether my mother can take care of everything all by herself. So a lot of worries, but no choice. Yeah.
Mrs. Chu, how do you feel hearing this from your son?
It's the first time he said his experience. Usually he just argue and everything. Never hear him say something so personal. And there's some areas that he has a point he's still my child, he's my boy, then so many things he need to he still have a very bright future ahead of him, and having him to handle so many things at one go, I don't think it's right because he's still a child. It's not an adult that he to handle so many things, thinking of Rachel, thinking of being the head of the household is
Rachel, how do you feel seeing your brother being the person on the chair?
I just feel like it's not right because it feels like he's taking over our dad's spot and his role, and I just feel like it shouldn't be that way. Yeah.
Ben, do you feel a need to be that male figure in this family in terms of that male figure that your father was once was, but because now he's not physically present in the family, do you feel this need to become or to take over that role?
Of course I think it's a society thing also Men must be men of the household And ever since I was a young boy, although my dad made mistakes, he took drugs, I do not agree with that, but he still taught me very important lessons about looking after my family members, especially the female ones like my mom and my sister. Especially as I get older, all the more I have to be the protective big brother to look after my sister and be a filial son to my mother. And I'm trying but things are hard, as you can see. So I feel like now that Papa's gone, I have to carry on his legacy in a way.
Okay. Alright, Ben, you can step down from the chair. And this time, Mrs. Chu, be careful. Mrs. Chu, can you stand on the chair instead? And Ben, you can stand over here. Yeah, be careful. Right. Okay. Yeah, so how does it feel, Mrs. Chu, to be the one on the chair?
Okay, I'm scared because I'm quite scared of heights. But anyway, I guess it's a little bit of familiarity. They look like my kid at a very young age kind of thing because I'm taller and everything else. A little bit scared because I feel like there's a lot of things things I need to manage or things I need to take responsibility in. Because usually there's always someone with me, which is their dad lah. And we work together in hand as a family, but then now that he's not here, and then they are looking at me, and then I need to give them things to do. I need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing in the first place. So it's kind of scary and lonely.
How do you feel then, hearing what your mother has shared?
I don't think I've heard her say anything like this ever since Papa went to jail. Because I think from the day he was sent in, when we came home, my mother just locked herself in the room and she has been that way ever since lah. I've never really heard how she feels, and she still annoys me, but it's new hearing her speak so in such a vulnerable way. I don't think I've heard it ever in my life.
Okay. Rachel, how do you feel?
It just feels like she's finally a part of this family again. She feels right and it feels nice. Yeah.
Okay. Mrs. Chu, you were talking about how, you were sharing about how it is scary for you to be up here.
Still is.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get you, Rachel, to hold on to your mother's hand. And on the other hand, Ben and hold. And then the two of you can hold hands as well. Yeah. So, with your children holding your hands now, Mrs. Chu, how do you feel?
I don't know how to say this, but weird, I guess. You never hold hands for like forever. When you're young, I hold their hands lah, but now that you're much older, we don't do that. It's a bit weird holding my son's hand, just I've been not like very long ago. So a bit different, but I guess interesting lah. Like I don't feel like I will fall because they are holding my hands. So.
Ben, what do you have to share? Holding hands with your mother, and your sister at the same time.
With my sister, it's normal because all along we were very close. Always played together as kids. My mom, I can't remember the last time we held hands. I think I was probably too young. But as much as we are still, I believe she still has a long way to go in becoming a mother, true mother again. But it feels familiar holding her hands. This reminds me of the time when me and Rachel were kids playing with our parents.
Okay. What about Rachel? How do you feel?
I agree with Coco. Yeah, I just feel like finally like a family again. Yeah, it feels nice.
Okay. Standing here like this, Mrs. Chu, holding the hands of both the children, am I right to say that you feel supported?
I guess now that you say, I do feel it that way lah. And the kids, they are not distanced in a way like before, like 2 against 1 kind of thing. So holding hands, it's different lah. Different in a good way.
And it's not as scary anymore, being the person on the chair.
Yeah, so we can say that.
Okay, you can come down from the chair, and I'll invite all of you to go and sit back at your seats, as how you were sitting earlier. Alright. Yep. So with the activity and hearing what each other had to say, how was it like? Going through the entire activity. Maybe Mrs. Chu, you can share first.
How was the activity just now?
Yeah. Taking turns to be that person on the chair, hearing from your children, and also talking about your perspective.
I guess it's different now. Like we don't share this kind of thing together before. It's always like we argue, I argue, debate, everything here. So it's not so much of sharing about each other's opinion. And I guess the activity helped me to see a different lens of what my kids feel lah. And I don't know, maybe they see a different side of me as well, hopefully. Yeah.
Why don't you convey that to Ben directly, speak to him directly rather than talking to me?
We'll probably just fight, you know.
Oh, it's okay, we'll do it here now. And use a calm language, yeah, and try to, you know, convey that to Ben. Yeah.
Avoid. Sorry.
It's okay if it's awkward. Yeah. You take your time.
She's very weird.
Okay, I try.
Yeah. Try it.
She literally has not called me that since when I was born.
It's okay. You can let her talk. Yeah.
Well, I know that I haven't been performing what you want me to perform as. It's not easy lah for me, and I hope you can see that I'm also trying. I'm trying my best to be a mother in this situation, especially when your dad is not here. It's not easy lah, and I hope that you can support me in areas that I'm not good in. Yeah.
So, Ben, your mother is saying that she's trying her best, and she does hope that you can support her, even if she tries her best, you know, to take care of the family. Yeah. So, would you like to respond to her directly?
I tell her.
Yeah.
That's whatever you said was all I've been trying to convey to you all this while. It's just that every time I tried to do so, you always became a completely different person again. So I hope. I mean, personally, I'm okay lah. I'm open to making things better, but ultimately, I still feel like you have a lot to do on your end, and I wish you could have done that sooner. But I guess now is the time to just try to move past that and work together towards making things better lah, until Daddy comes back. But it's hard lah. I find it very hard for myself to see you as the mother you once were, but I think for Rachel and for Daddy and for our family, I'm willing to give it a try.
Okay. So, you know, I hope that today's session has helped, you know, your family see that you do not have to work against each other. You know, that your family does have the potential to become a team, to work as a team, to work together, to support one another, and I hope that this is true. You can also see that Ben is not a little kid anymore, and he has grown up, and he's able to support you in the areas that you need help with, and you do not have to do everything alone. You don't have to do everything on your own. And he does. I mean, as we mentioned earlier, you know, there are some things that he can do that you are still learning. So there is that space for the both of you to complement one another in your strengths and your own weaknesses. Yeah.